Welcome to the Life Poetic with Thomas Keily, your weekly knowledge drop of word-crafted invocation. This week we're looking at The Brain is Wider Than the Sky by Emily Dickinson. The brain is wider than the sky, for put them side by side, the one the other will include, with ease, and you beside. The brain is deeper than the sea, for hold them blue to blue, the one the other will absorb, as sponges buckets do. The brain is just the weight of God, for lift them pound for pound, and they will differ if they do, as syllable from sound. Emily Dickinson was an American poet in the 19th century. She spent most of her life as a recluse, and like a lot of poets, the world only really came to understand the full breadth of her writing and the power of her writing after she died. I really like this piece, and I think it starts out quite simply and almost deceptively simply, and it seems to be a celebration of human cognition. So we have these immense things in the sky and in the sea, and yet despite their immensity we can hold them in our minds, we can conceive of them, and we can carry the idea around with us. In that sense, it seems the first two stanzas is a celebration of human cognition and the power of human cognition. And I'm reminded of Rumi's line, is sort of like, how can this heart hold the love of God? And Rumi says, well, your eyes are small and yet they have seen enormous things. Then I think she takes it somewhere quite interesting in the third stanza, where she compares the brain to God and says that they weigh exactly the same amount, pound for pound. And if they differ at all, then it's the way that syllable differs from sound. And I really love this line, the difference between syllable and sound. And I feel like sound is talking about the raw essence of a noise. It's quite raw and undefined, whereas a syllable is a sort of a human construct that we place upon sound in order to understand sound. And so then I feel like she's saying that, like, the difference between the brain and the mind and God is only an artificial construct. It's only sort of something that we've made up to help us understand the two. And in that sense, she's saying that the mind is the seat of consciousness, the mind is the seat of divinity, the mind is God itself. And that's quite a profound idea, and places Dickinson in in a mystical tradition. I don't know if that was her intention, but I think you can certainly read what she's saying there in the last stanza give it a mystical reading. The brain is wider than the sky, for put them side by side, the one the other will include, with ease, and you beside. The brain is deeper than the sea, for hold them blue to blue, the one the other will absorb, as sponges buckets do. The brain is just the weight of God, for lift them pound for pound, and they will differ if they do, as syllable from sound. This has been the Life Poetic with Thomas Keily. See you next week.